In my last video, I told you how adults are my problem, and I have to get them to take me seriously, which means I have to consistently remind people to take me seriously. I have to set up boundaries. If people do not use the correct pronouns, the correct language, the correct title, the correct name, then sometimes I am forced to remind them to. And if they continue to refuse, and I don't mean by accident, I mean to actively refuse, then I get to a point where I maybe have to cut them out of my life. Kids, their brains are more elastic than that. They get it, they don't care. They're just here for a good time. And the queer ones, they see me. And they saw me before I was ready to be seen. So I do them a service now. And they call me Mix.
You should call him the dork.
And I have to get them to take me seriously, which means I have to consistently remind people to take me seriously.
Surely you can't be serious.
You cannot expect to be taken seriously while simultaneously saying, these are my correct pronouns and I want you to address me as Mix, insert last name. Those two things can't coexist in a functioning society. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. Anyway, we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today we are going to continue our little tour of what a decaying society looks like in today's episode of Woke TikTok Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
Everything woke turns to okay?
We have looked high and low, and I have not been able to find one sound argument to debunk that statement. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back. So if you place your attention on the screen very briefly, I know this person has appeared on this channel once before in a picture like this as the screen. The whole screen. This picture is going viral once again, and it kind of has to do with the next clip we're going to play. So for our blind subscribers and people sitting way in the back, there's a very rotund, I guess we could call rotund woman, woman, we'll go with woman, with a flannel on and a t-shirt, pink hair, big red glasses. The t-shirt reads, it's the most important, t-shirt reads, it's a Texas, got the Texas flag, and it says, "Don't mess with trans kids." Texas flag, it says, "Don't mess with trans kids." Oh, and did I mention the person also had a,
Front butt.
Anyway, so this is a medical professional, doctor,
Not a doctor.
that is upset that Governor Greg Abbott of Texas is trying to protect the children from this medical insanity and is actually advocating for children, minors, to seek medical attention for this dysphoria without their parents' knowledge or consent. Roll the film, please.
We need to talk about what's happening in Texas. The governor is trying to take away vital health care from transgender kids and labeling it as abuse. Giving gender affirming care to transgender children is medically necessary and supports their health and well-being.
In many states, you can get certain types of health care without your parents being there or ever finding out about it. It's today's Daily Doctor Facts.
Are you totally deranged?
Wow! How insane what kind of... I'm speechless. What happened to this society where we have doctors, medical professionals, nurses encouraging children to get medical procedures, whatever, seek medical attention without their parents' consent or their parents even finding out about it? It's bad enough these teachers try to keep secrets with the kids, but the medical... Moving right along. Well, I mean, when you got dudes rushing sororities, it all makes sense. As I said in the beginning, society in decay, of course. Of course it does. Roll the film.
Hey y'all, it's Grant. Today is day 5 of Alabama Rush, and it is the first day of Sisterhood Round. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So I'm gonna give you guys an OOTD. And yeah, so my dress is from Hello Molly. Thank you so much, Hello Molly. Love you. This thing is from Shein. My shoes are from Shein. And my ring is from graduation. Oh, not again. That is so funny. And yep, that's it. So wish me luck today, and thank you so much. And my makeup is done by me again. She's a man.
It's a man, baby.
How is anybody okay with this? And not only that, if anyone speaks out against this, they're called bigots and hateful and transphobes and all this other nonsense. I mean, this person is going to, I assume, will make it through. I'm guessing the sorority sisters can't speak up against it without getting shut down. Their sorority shut down. But this person is going to be the only person in a sorority house with,
Eating too bitch, my twig and berries.
Okay. We get it.
Break some veins. Break some veins.
Sick. How is that? Didn't that used to be illegal? Like you could, if you were a guy going. Whatever. All right. Yeah. Per neo pronouns. What? Roll it. I guess. Sure.
Let's talk about the pronouns per, pers, which are neopronouns that anyone of any gender can use to affirm and express their identities. Per, pers pronouns are based off the word person, and they're basically pronounced in the same way. Let's practice with an example. If I were talking about someone who uses per, pers pronouns, I might say, as soon as Per introduced herself, I knew we'd be friends. Her energy is radiant, and I cannot wait to see Per again.
What the are you talking about?
These people are literally just making up words, throwing them out there to see what will stick, and that way they can be credited with the creation of said words. Not real words, mind you. Let's keep it moving, please. Listen closely to this next story. I think it's complete and utter nonsense. I think it's a lie. I think it's a bold-faced lie. Roll the film.
Okay, so story time. I've only been using they, them pronouns for about a year now. And sometimes I have those days where I get, constantly she, heard, and it's really hard to correct. And sometimes I don't, because I just don't have the energy to. Recently I work in education, and I've been running into younger kids as young as 7 years old who are identifying as gender fluid, as non-binary. And I had this moment the other day where a kid was questioning, like, hey, you're too young to know your gender. You're too young to know your gender identity. And I was like, I don't agree with you. I think that you can present how you want to present regardless of age. And it was this moment where I felt like I could finally sort of explain what I've been feeling for so long, but now advocating for someone else. And it was a learning moment for all of us. It was a beautiful learning moment in the fact where this young child who didn't agree in using they, them pronouns met a person who uses they, them pronouns, and it was a civilized circle manner. And by the end of it, he actually apologized to the kid and was like, hey, I'm sorry that I did that. I don't know why I did that. Thank you for telling me. And I'm like, yo, this is how it could be everywhere. But everyone's got a and I'm like, you guys, just share your toys in the sandbox and we'll be okay.
That's a damn lie, and you know it!
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't think children that are still young and small enough to be playing in a sandbox have any idea what they, them story time is talking about here. Now, that was the first thing I gathered. I think it's a complete lie. Secondly, the story's person went like this. Okay, the child that wants to be called they, them, and the other child that didn't want to call him that came to an agreement where the child that didn't want to go with the pronoun said, okay, I'm sorry, I'll call you they, them from now on. And the person said, see, that's how it's done. However, if the person said, nope, I don't care. I refuse to call you that. That doesn't make sense. It's make-believe land. I'm not playing along with your pronoun game. This child would have said, well, okay, we can come to that agreement. No, that wouldn't have never stopped until the first child that said, no, I'm not playing along, would have been called a hateful bigot and a this and a that and a phobe and an ist and been shamed and excoriated from society and everything else. So it's only a peaceful agreement when the person says, okay, I'll use your pronouns. That's it. When you finally comply with these people, that's when it's okay. That's a peaceful resolution. But if you don't, it's never gonna be resolved. It'll never stop. Moving right along. This next one gets really bizarre. And listen, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, when I first saw this clip, I honestly thought this person in the clip was Ricky Berwick dressed up with a wig and stuff on. I really did. I mean, can you blame me? Ricky, this person. And for you, those of you that don't know who Ricky Berwick is.
Get Reese's, 2 cookies.
Listen, I'm not taking a jab at anybody. I think Ricky's great. Ricky's a YouTuber. He's got, like, I don't know, three something million subscribers. Funny guy, makes short clips. He's super funny. I first saw him on Tosh.0 with Daniel Tosh years ago. So I wasn't trying to, but I just saw this and I was like, oh, who does that remind me of? Ricky Berwick. Anyway, this gets crazy. Roll the film, please.
Attention, all women in the world. We are going to be protesting the overturning of Roe v. Wade for the last time. Stop exclusively referencing women when talking about the human rights violations that the overturning of Roe v. Wade commits. Because it is not just cis women that are affected by this. Trans men with uteruses, non-binary people with uteruses, and intersex people with uteruses are all affected by this too. And if you are only talking about the human rights violations against women in regards to this issue, and you aren't even mentioning the that it does to all these other people that it affects, get the out. If I see one more person call this a women's rights issue without even mentioning the fact that it's also a trans rights issue, a non-binary rights issue, and an intersex rights issue, I'm going to be blocking them right the away.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
Another reason why I kind of thought it was Ricky Berwick at first is Ricky Berwick. He's handicapped. Like I said, Ricky's a funny guy, great guy. I've seen him in a bunch of different things, but he's handicapped, so he's got something going on with his hands and fingers. And then I saw this guy calls himself Diana. It says fronting, so I'm guessing one of those person with, they say they have DID and then the people front. So fronting is Diana, she, her. So this dude says he's Diana, she, her. He's got like these skeleton fingers going up, and look like this thing. Anyway, potato, right? People clearly aren't well. So moving right along. All right, guys, so we're going to end it with these last 2 TikToks that are absolutely fabulous. Now, this guy could possibly be a Democrat, a lefty, liberal, progressive, whatever you want to call him, but what's happening to him is waking him up. So this is fabulous. Then the last clip is going to be this super bass lady that's just calling all this out. Before I roll this, though, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. Sponsor of today's video is once again none other than Tom Oakes, the Apex Professor. Now, Tom's got a fabulous program, give you the breakdown, and he's got giving a discount on all classes right now till September 16th, which is Friday. Oh, coming right up. Oh no, September 16th. That's a month away. I'm early, month away. I teach classes that to show kids and parents how to spot online predators when they're gaming or using social media. Teaches kids how to budget, taxes, basic investing, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, whether or not college is right for them, and how to do it without going into crazy debt. So I think in the times we're in right now with the schools going the way they are, turning into public indoctrination camps, programs like Tom's are fantastic to help kids get through all this insane woke nonsense. So once again, Tom Oakes, the Apex Professor. I will link that program in the description box below if you or a family member may be interested in that. Now, if you'd like to help sponsor the next video, help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below. It will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Roll the film, please.
So we just took my 3-year-old son in the doctor for a checkup. My 3-year-old son. Okay, there's a reason why I'm emphasizing that, and you're about to know why. So my wife and I are waiting in the room with our son, and the doctor comes in. And he sees my son sitting there on the table, and the first question that he asks him is, "Are you a boy or are you a girl?" And I look at my wife like, what the f-? So luckily my son understands obvious tenets of biology at 3 years old, and says that he's a boy, just like his chart says. So the rest of the appointment, I can't even focus because I'm wondering why in the world this guy is asking the question. And then I remember, oh yeah, I live in California. And call me paranoid, but this is where I think we're heading based on other things that have happened. An Ohio couple lost custody of their teenager for refusing them hormone treatment. And a divorced Texas couple were in a court battle over whether or not to let their 7-year-old transition from a boy to a girl. And many are saying that the new proposed Equality Act could lead to more parents losing custody of their kids who want gender transition. So again, call me paranoid, but I'm wondering if the doctor is asking the question of my son to see if he can establish a pattern over time that shows that my son wants to be a girl. But here's the thing, my son is 3. I'm not even going to let him choose what he wants for dinner. And some days, my son thinks he's a dinosaur. But I'm not going to let him transition to a dinosaur. And being in California, this is probably going to happen to people like me first. But I don't think it's going to be long before we start seeing parents lose custody of their young kids because they're not letting them transition to the opposite gender. And I think pediatricians are going to be the ones who are going to start calling it out.
Bravo, sir. And like I said, could be a Joe Biden voter this stuff's waking people up. This stuff's waking people up to what's going on with the whole woke society. Anyway, this girl is, what she says, she just nails it, and she starts it off by saying, I'll probably get a lot of crap for this, but I just don't care. Perfect. That's what we need, is people that just don't care anymore. They just tell it how it is. Now, I got one video I was going to say for the next one, but I got to play it now. It's kind of the new version of, you guys remember the video clip I've shown on here a bunch of times where the dude's in the GameStop and says, "It's ma'am. It is ma'am."
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Oh my God. There's been a couple of offshoots from that, but there's a brand new one that just happened recently that is just glorious. So I'm going to play that after this, but let's listen to what this lady has to say. Roll the film, please.
So I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but I actually just don't care. I'd like to publicly thank the universe and my parents for allowing me to be born into a time where they said, no, you can't change your gender at the ripe age of 14 when I asked to be a boy instead of a girl because being a girl going through puberty was hard. I vividly remember standing in this exact living room and asking my parents, can I be a boy instead? Because being a girl going through puberty was not fun. Getting a period, growing boobs, shaving your legs, shaving your armpits, waxing your eyebrows, none of that was enjoyable for me. It was awkward and uncomfortable, so I decided to do anything else, which was be a boy instead. I wore baggy clothes and I put my hair in a ponytail, and I just decided, nope, not doing it. And my mom's response was, no, you're a girl. You could dress however you want, but you are a girl. That is your gender, and it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. So yeah, I'm just very grateful that I wasn't born into a time period now where parents are getting brainwashed into responding with the words, okay, do you want to talk about it? Nope, nothing to talk about. Vagina, girl, and it is what it is. And looking back, I'm so very grateful I didn't try to do anything to change this body because I love her and she is beautiful. I wasn't meant to be a boy. I just didn't like being a girl in that moment in time. And it's that simple. So thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you, God, for allowing me to be born into a normal time period, and to two parents who understood the concept of genders can't be chosen. Also for giving me this body because we love her.
Wait a minute. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say about anything.
Once again, bravo. God bless that young lady, and God bless her parents for raising her right. Those are the kind of people that are just saying, I don't care anymore, and I'm going to stand up and say my piece. Perfect. All right, we're going to end it on this one. This is so crazy. This dude starts saying, I'm a female, then starts telling the guy, suck my beep. It's like, wait, you can't say both of those things, but they're insane. So, all right, so this is the new version of, it is ma'am, it's ma'am. Roll the film, please.
Damn, she was real rude with her, but and she called me at home. She supposed to be at work, and y'all going viral, honey, on Facebook. You too.
Hey, sir, I need you to get out.
So, and you call me a sir? I'm not a sir. I'm a ma'am. I'm a sir. I'm a ma'am.
Get out.
I'm a ma'am.
Can you get him out?
I'm a ma'am. I'm a ma'am. You being rude.
Okay.
I'm a ma'am. I'm a ma'am. My ID say female. He's being rude. Know your pronouns. Know your pronouns.
Get out, please.
Know your pronouns.
Can you just firm out?
Know your pronouns. Know your pronouns, honey. Know your pronouns. It's a world out here. It's a world out here. Know your pronouns. Stupid.
Miss.
Suck my like you said, man. Him.
Hey,
suck my.
Please get out.
You my.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true and international effort to pressure. True and international effort to pressure. True and international effort to pressure.
Do caca poo poo.